if I say the word pain, I wonder what comes to your mind. Does it bring up a physical feeling, an emotion, a memory, or an experience? A broken leg, perhaps, or maybe something more deeper and profound. The death of a loved one, or the end of a relationship. Pain comes in many forms, and most of us will experience this. Whether it's on the mental, emotional, or physical level, it's likely to be strong, memorable, and possibly an overwhelming feeling. For me, as a child genocide survivor and someone who lives with a debilitating chronic disease, I've had a very close relationship to pain. Today, I want to talk to you about how it is possible to transform our painful experiences into something even more powerful, a purpose. By sharing my story, I want to demonstrate how pain can be harnessed to spark positive change. And I invite you to think about how you can too. This was a choice I made back in 2016, and it all started with one promise. I made a promise to myself to help at least 182,000 people in my lifetime. One person for every Kurd martyred during the Kurdish genocide committed by Saddam Hussein. I am one of those survivors. 8 years on from this promise, I've been able to positively impact 84,000 women and girls and community members in Kurdistan through my charity that started in my living room with no money and only one burnt cabin. In the past 8 years, I've learned that embracing the spectrum of pain in our human experience, it is possible to turn it into something greater, power and purpose. Every day, that purpose for me has become my motivation and guiding light. As a Kurd, pain, suffering, and persecution has been part of our existence. It's been a shared thread that binds us through our incredible resilience. Pain can be a taboo subject to talk about. We often shy away from discussing it, understandably. But have you ever thought about how to take it as a tool and use it to shape your journey of growth? At the age of 4, I was a child political prisoner who escaped being buried alive during the Kurdish genocide. This is what I call collective pain. As Kurds, we've all experienced this in some shape or form. It runs deep through our generations. Collective pain reminds us of our suffering and the revolutions our ancestors fought. It reminds us of our unique history, rich identity, and unstoppable resilience. Let's move to physical pain. If you look at me, you might see a healthy, able-bodied person speaking on stage. The reality is, I live with an invisible disability and an incurable autoimmune disease, Crohn's disease. I've had the whole of my large intestine taken out, and I live with a permanent stoma bag, as well as daily chronic pain that I battle through. Physical pain tests us. It tests our endurance, and it reminds us of our morality and our fragility. As humans, it teaches us the importance of self-care and resilience. Moving beyond the physical realm, we encounter the complex landscape of emotional pain. Emotional pain sears through our hearts, leaving scars that may not be visible but are deeply, deeply felt. It can come in the form of grief, heartbreak, abuse, loneliness, and betrayal. These are just some of the few facets of emotional pain that shape our emotional intelligence and our influence for empathy. In these moments of vulnerability, we can discover our strength to heal. Next, we move on to mental. Next, we delve into mental pain. This is where the invisible battles are fought in the mind. Anxiety, depression, trauma, self-doubt can cast shadows over our thoughts and distort our perception of reality. The mental pain of my abusive marriage left me in a state of anxiety that stopped me from living. I couldn't speak to anyone. I couldn't look at anyone, let alone give a public talk. Mental pain is a silent struggle that demands acknowledgement and an understanding. But when you seek help, cultivate awareness, and prioritize your mental well-being, you start to realize that this too can be managed, and I'm living proof of that. Lastly, we encounter the subtle yet profound essence of spiritual pain, a yearning for connection and meaning. Spiritual pain is a deep longing that transcends the physical and material realm. It seeks solace from the divine and the unknown. Spiritual pain calls us to question and find purpose beyond the material world. It's a transformative journey driven by the desire for interconnectedness and the harmony with the universe and everyone within it. This spiritual pain is where I discovered what I call that something within. With all the pain and trauma that I had experienced in my life, this was my turning point. I realized that I could turn my pain into purpose and something greater than me. Have you ever discovered that moment when you realize that there's an inner calling and the spark that you're meant for something more? That moment of hearing an inner call to change your life and make a difference, to the lives of others. It's a powerful, powerful experience. At the age of 32, sitting in my empty living room in the UK, I realized I no longer wanted to work a traditional 9-to-5 job. Instead, I wanted to help vulnerable women and girls impacted by conflict and displacement. I didn't know how to do it, but I knew exactly why. My why was very clear. At the time, I had returned from Kurdistan after the humanitarian crisis that ISIS had caused, as well as the Yazidi genocide that they'd committed. My why goes even deeper. I'm a Kurdish genocide survivor from Saddam Hussein's era. I experienced all of this firsthand at the age of 4. My why was very simple. I didn't want any woman or girl to experience what I had experienced. I wanted to help them heal, learn, and grow from their trauma like I did. I still remember that moment of realization. that happened, it was like a flame of passion, and I could feel the purpose being ignited. You see, we all carry this spark within us. It's the one thing that pushes us to seek meaning and strive for growth, and to yearn for a life filled with significance. When we listen to that inner voice, when we heed to its call, amazing things happen. The journey of transformation begins by acknowledging this spark and acting with it. It may come in a form of a quiet whisper, or through an event that shakes you to the core. However it manifests, it cannot be ignored, and we must embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide us to a life of purpose. When we decide to change our lives and embark on that path of personal growth, it not only benefits ourselves, but also those around us. Our journey becomes a beacon of hope, inspiration, and empowerment for others. Helping people is not just an act of kindness. It's a responsibility. It's a privilege. It's a calling. When we extend a helping hand, lend a listening ear, or offer support to those in need, we create ripple effects of positivity and transformation that extends beyond ourselves. We become catalysts of change and ambassadors of empathy, champions of the human spirit. The realization that we have the power to change our lives and help others is a profound moment of awakening. It's a call to action, a commitment to growth, and a testament of resilience. It's a reminder that we are not alone and in our journey, that we are interconnected and all connected to each other, that our actions have the potential to spread love and compassion in the world. Each one of us has a unique gift to offer and a story to share and a contribution to make. As we look inward and listen to that something within us, let it guide us to look outward, to extend our hand in service, our heart in compassion, and our spirit in solidarity. My inner spark has helped me change the lives of 84,000 people to date. So I invite you to imagine what would happen if all you did was listen to that inner spark and acted upon it. Thank you.